Man, when you want to talk about bad WrestleManias, I'm not sure, guys. This might be numero uno. I think We Are Pro Wrestling said it best. WrestleMania 11, definitely in the top 40 WrestleManias of all time. But my God, this one's going to be rough, guys. I just pulled it up on Peacock. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes. What kind of a WrestleMania is this? Hartford, Connecticut, normal-ass arena, 6 matches, I think, maybe 7. I think it's 6. Ugh. So we're going to watch this together. I hope you guys have brought alcohol and drugs because you're going to need them. My God. Next week, we're going to get back to some fun ones. I think we might bust out WrestleMania 23 next Sunday. I'll be posting the link for that soon. But tonight is WrestleMania 11, and this year is the year of the bad WrestleManias. We've watched WrestleMania 9, WrestleMania 2, and now WrestleMania 11. So next week, I'm going to give you guys a break, find a different one. Like I said, leaning towards 23, but if you have any other suggestions of ones that are good that we haven't gotten to yet, I'll be happy to hear them. But this Mania was whack, man. This is my senior year in high school, so I'm just a couple of months away from graduating. I'm 17 years old, and I remember watching this on pay-per-view and being really disappointed in the show. It just felt like it was, kind of clusterfucky. I mean, they got Lawrence Taylor in the main event. They had audio problems. I remember the mic was cutting out during the feed. Now, I don't know if they've fixed these problems on the Peacock edit, if we don't hear some of these issues, but I know on commentary we had issues with the microphones. And then, backstage, the backstage interviews, the pre-match and post-match stuff with Todd Pettengill, he's wearing a headset. It just felt like things weren't right on this night. And every single match, I think, was a disappointment, except for maybe Owen winning the tag team titles and Lawrence Taylor putting on a pretty good effort in the main event. Other than that, Jesus. West Coast, James, what about gummies? Absolutely. I got a chunk of one right here that I'm about to eat along with my beer. So that also works. So you don't really necessarily need hardcore street drugs. If you guys want to go out and search out some crack or something like that, feel free, but I don't think you really need it. We're here for each other. We'll be each other's support system through this abysmal show, but it's going to be kind of fun. Even when we watch shitty WrestleManias, it's still fun. We're here hanging out on a Sunday. What more can you want? Let me do some quick shout outs and double check my microphone volume. Make sure you guys can hear me. We're looking good. All right. I'm going to do some shout outs while I'm doing this. Run on over to Peacock. Pull up WrestleMania 11. You want Season 11, Episode 1. Runtime for this one is going to be 2 hours and 25 minutes and 51 seconds. 2.5 hour WrestleMania. Could you imagine that? The fucking pre-show is 2.5 hours for WrestleMania. This whole entire WrestleMania is less time than an episode of Raw. So that's just nuts, man. And that's what we're going to watch tonight. Always Radio. Good to see you. Zane G, Melissa, Mike Games version 1, Mike Rouse, Brandon McNeil, and George Morris is here with his Token 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? WrestleMania 11 5. You're going to give WrestleMania 11 5 out of 10. Can we block George? Where do you think WWE content and PLEs end up after Peacock? Good question. I don't know. I really hate that wrestling companies, especially WWE now, are seemingly like spreading out their content across multiple platforms. I would prefer a one-stop shop. So if Raw is on Netflix, I would like Netflix to just get all of WWE's content, but it's going to be weird, and I'm not even sure if they're going to have a platform where all of their pay-per-views are going to be available. Now we've seen those Vault channels started and stuff, so I'm starting to get nervous that we're not going to have every single pay-per-view at our fingertips in the future once the Peacock deal runs out. The whole idea of the WWE Network was to have basically the company's entire library, but that's already an obsolete concept. So I don't know, man. I just hope that we, for watch-along purposes, will always be able to access this stuff together. You know what I mean? Always good to hear from you, George, even if you give crazy ratings for WrestleManias. Ray Frand is here. We Are Pro Wrestling. Good to see you. Crazy J, David Brown, William Cullen. Okay. Yeah, good to see you, 11-7-22. Do you think that's a appropriate YouTube channel name? I have to ask. I love Fat Pussy 11-7-22. Not to sound like a dad or anything, but how old are you? Just curious, because if you're not a teenager and you're older than that, you need some friends. Surge, what's up, buddy? Zach Palgett in the house. Just Smitty. We got 850 Big Boy. Celebramania. Yeah, a lot of celebrities out for this thing. The adorable Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We also have Nicholas Turturro and all of the NFL players backing up LT, and Pamela Anderson and Jenny McCarthy, who was added last minute. I think this is before Singled Out even started, so I don't know what Jenny was doing back then other than the Playboy stuff. So she's on the show as well. We've got Jay Lambo, not sure if I got you. West Coast Jams, Wilbert Reed, and Victor Colon, got you. Did I see the Juliet? Did I catch you in here, Juliet? Yeah, I see you. There you are. Good to see you. I saw that. Funny enough, WWE Vault put up the Diesel and Shawn match from this show just today on their Vault channel. I actually think somebody tweeted me that today, I think. Ajax Johnson, always a pleasure. Fox Star Killer in the house as well. We've got Michael Cuomo dropping in $2. I swear wrestling fans seem to be sadomasochists. Yeah, sometimes. We're about to be that way together tonight, because why in the hell would you ever fire up this show and watch it from start to finish? The only way you can do that is with a bunch of friends in a YouTube chat. What's up, Mike Witt? Good to see you, man. Thank you for 5 as well. Hey, Greg in chat, just want to see Trump get stunned next week just here for Pam and Jenny. I forgot we're going to have to deal with his presence on that show, but it's kind of one of the last really good Manias that we haven't gotten to yet that I would consider not to be too recent. You know, like once we get to 2005, 2006, I don't like to watch any shows from anything later than that, but we're eventually going to have to start doing that. So I think we watched WrestleMania 24. We watched a 2008 show before, and I think we might have watched 25. I'm not totally sure. Maybe not. I don't know. We might get to those as well. But yeah, next week might be 23. We've got Chris Ludek in the house, Jay Richter, and Ryan Adams with 5 for us. Thank you so much, dude. The Peacock deal expires next year, but it's a high chance they renew it. Also, next Sunday is the day before the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania 1. So maybe next week is going to be when we're going to do WrestleMania 1. I was planning WrestleMania 1 for a Mania week watch-along, like a big week full of videos for WrestleMania week. Like, I want to be up here every day, Raw, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the way up to the show. And we got to get predictions in there. We might do another live, so we got to go home Raw stream to do, and then we got to get predictions in. We'll be here for SmackDown in the Hall of Fame. We'll be here for night 1, night 2. So maybe in that Tuesday or Wednesday spot, maybe like after Dynamite on Wednesday, we'll come up and do a little late night WrestleMania 1 watch along for anyone who wants to stay up late. Yeah, maybe. Thinking about that, formulating my schedule right now. Let's knock out the rest of these comments here so we can get started on the show. So I'm not boring everybody to fucking shit. Let's see. Crazy J, I think I did get you. Ben Espinoza, good to see you. I might have been missing a couple of shout outs here. I am sorry. Eric Guzman. Anybody else that is coming in, thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here. And let's fire up WrestleMania 11. You guys know what to do in just a couple of seconds here. I'm assuming you all have WrestleMania 11 pulled up on your peacocks. Once you do, we're going to all hit play here together after the count of 3. When that happens, the timer right there will begin to run. I have killed ads on this video. This is going to be a commercial-free live stream. But depending on your tier on Peacock, you might have some advertising interruptions. So if you do, that's what the timer is for right there. So you can just sync back up with us, and we all follow along in harmony. All right. Let's do it. 2 hours and 25 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pop this gummy right now. Now let's start. WrestleMania 11. All right. Timer. Play button. I'm ready to rock. Locked and loaded. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Play. All right. Here we go.
The World Wrestling Federation for over 50 years.
Their little old 90s intro. Oh, gummy is sour. Lemon. Oh, we're going to go through all of them? WrestleMania 2. They're not going to show any. They're just showing the celebrities. They're not showing a single wrestler yet.
WrestleMania 4.
Because everybody's in WCW. That's why they can't show any of the highlights. Oh, there's Andre. No, there's Run DMC. There's Piper. He's still around. This is hilarious. They can't show any of these people because everybody's in WCW. Macaulay Culkin. They're just showing the celebrities. Marla Maples was hot. Super hot.
WrestleMania 9.
Why even show this? They're so proud of their celebrities, aren't they? This was the time period when WWE was the thirstiest for outside. Look at this nonsense. Look at Jonathan Taylor Thomas with the Allied Powers. Oh, I forgot Salt and Pepper was here. I loved Salt and Pepper. Hartford, Connecticut. I mean, I just dropped my short on this a couple days ago, so I kind of remember the matches. I know it's Razor, Jarrett, Allied Powers, Blues, Owen and Nyoko against the Guns, Brett and Backlund, Shawn and Diesel, and Lawrence and Bam Bam, right? I think that's the whole card. Back in these days, they just didn't have much time. WrestleMania 12 is like that, too. It's like 6 matches. Something just felt off. This did not feel like a WrestleMania. I think Vince might have introduced somebody, but we did not hear it. There's Vince, finally. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This is a Special Olympics singer or something. But see, right off the bat, they've got audio issues. Vince's mic was fucked up, so it just bad omen, you know? I wonder if this woman is still with us or not. No, sorry guys, we got to sit through America the Beautiful. I like this song way more than the national anthem. I actually dislike the national anthem. Oh, shit. I just paused. I had my mouse's reversed. I just paused WrestleMania. That might have thrown me off by 1 second on the thing. It did. All right, I'm going to sync back up while this is going here. I just paused it for 1 second, but even if I'm 1 second off, it annoys me, so I'm going to fix it here. Boom, there we go. And then I'm going to go up ahead 10. Boom, right on top. I can't tell. I thought she might have been blind. I don't think she's blind. Good voice on the kid, though. Killer Cam. Don't know if you can watch Mania 11. It's so bad. Yes, you can. We're all here. We can just talk each other through it. You know, you might see something that really is disturbing to you, and you might want to like climb on your roof and think about jumping off. We're going to be the ones to tell you not to do that. So it's better to experience something this unpleasant around loved ones. That's why we're here for you, Killer Cam. Yeah! Fans showing her love. As they should. Oh, she gets pyro? Nice. Hope they fixed their mic issues. Vince already sounds pissed, doesn't he?
Our loyal fans for once again joining us at WrestleMania. And we'd also like to welcome those of you joining us for the very first time. Now, what is WrestleMania? Unquestionably, WrestleMania, simply put, is the standard of excellence in sports entertainment today.
Not 95 it wasn't, Vince. It's the standard of excellence. Oh, really? Allied Powers versus the Blue Brothers, that's the standard of excellence? Okay. Okay, Vince. It's not even Broadway. This is the shittiest WrestleMania of all time. I vote this one is the shittiest. It's the worst. We're watching the worst WrestleMania of all time, guys. And I would never watch this on my own without you guys with me. All right, I've mentioned this before. I was a big fan of the Allied Powers theme song. I thought it was a great mashup. Sounded good. Takes me back. They were very colorful. I thought they looked good together, Lex and Davey. They absolutely should have won the tag team titles. I don't know why they didn't. They got a title shot. I love that part where they meld it with Davies. Oh, it's so good. Underrated theme. Because Lex Luger's theme alone I hated, but I loved the mashup with Davey. See, look, I know there's some UK people in the chat. Look, our powers are allied. So we've got Lex Luger still with us, going to the Hall of Fame this year. Davey, of course, passed away, as well as Howard Finkel, and I'm not sure who the referee is. Might be Jack Doan. And these guys just came in. They debuted at the Rumble. And here they're getting a Mania match. I remember I saw one of them in the... I think they were Smoky Mountain. I forgot where they were before coming into WWE. But I saw a picture of just one of them in a magazine. Like, it was obviously a tag match, but the other one was not pictured. And I thought it was John Nord. I thought it was Berserker. I'm like, what? Is that Berserker? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, wait, it's two Berserkers? No. It's neither. It's two Harris twins. And we got Dutch Mantel backing him up. Dutch is an idiot. He's... Sometimes I see his tweets and I'm like, you know, that's exactly what I would expect someone with your voice to say. With your accent. That's exactly the type of views I expect you to have. Like an ass backwards. Double. Oh, that did not look good. Yeah, Bulldog and Davey do not have the same power slams. Or Bulldog and Lex, excuse me. Yeah, the Harris twins actually are hard. I learned how to tell the Usos apart over the years, but I've never known the Harris twins apart at all. Big vertical. Davey, the previous year, Lex was wrestling for the championship, and oh my God. And now he's curtain jerking.
In the past, Jacob and Eli, ladies and gentlemen, have done exceedingly well. Undefeated thus far. Tag is made, and here comes
Yeah, Bella's I was able to tell apart after a while.
a feather in their cap, and they were able to
When I met Nikki back in like 2011, she came into the restaurant for dinner, and I didn't know. I was like, "You're a Bella," and then she goes, "Yeah, Nikki." I'm like, "That's right."
a lot longer together as a tag team than that of Lex Luger and the British Bulldog. Continuity means so very, very much in tag team action. And off the rope, the British Bulldog underneath the roundhouse. Oh, not underneath that. And there's some strategy. That's a little of that Uncle Zebekiah strategy for you. The official did not see it. See, these twins, McMahon have been together since day one. Obviously.
Lawler goes, "These twins have been together since day one." Oh, really?
And the British
You mean they didn't meet?
for the first time here at WrestleMania. I think that's a distinct disadvantage. To a certain extent, yes, but unquestionably, as far as their individual skills are concerned, they rank obviously with the very cream of the crop here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh my God, ref isn't seeing. Jack Doan, you suck. Just Smitty. No, I don't think there's any word on whether or not Sting's going to be allowed to induct Lex. But like we said on the podcast yesterday, you know, we have heard, you know, over the course of the week that the reports that WWE does want to reach out. So I would assume they've already reached out. So they probably know whether or not it's going to happen or not. I don't think this is something that the companies need to work for weeks to figure out. Just simple yes or no will be fine. So that decision has probably already been made. We just haven't heard yet. So Keep an eye out to your favorite wrestling news site for word on that.
Don't you think that would put them right in line for a tag title shot? There's no question about that.
I'll put my money on either WrestleVotes or maybe Mike Johnson or Sean Ross Sapp sniffing that out for us sometime in the next few days.
So, thus far, quite a stellar performance, I think you would grant. From both.
I mean, at the time, WWE needed teams. You know, their tag team division suddenly got real solid here. I mean, the Jacob and Eli Blue were impressive. I liked the Allied Powers. The Smoking Guns were there. They were probably the best team that they had at the time. And then Yoko and Owen were about to become a team here later on. So they had some teams, but still not much of a good division.
That's not the legal man in the ring, I don't believe. How can you tell that, McMahon? Well, he obviously followed one out, and this one coming in, I don't believe is the legal man, nonetheless, the official. A cover and a kick out. So now you're telling me you can tell these two guys apart? Only when you can see the two of them together.
Vince,
The official obviously can't tell them apart, and he will, as we had suspected, use that to their advantage. The Bulldog to the corner. Ooh-bah! Oh, look at that! And here we go! You know, you're talking about history, Normandy and
this building, I believe, is still open. They still run Raws here in Hartford at this very same building, I believe. Because it's very distinguishable. You can tell by the lights on the stairways, you know, up the levels there. There's just a certain look that this building has. The old Igloo in Pittsburgh was like that. Had a look to it. The Nutter Center's got a look. Joe Louis Arena had a look. Obviously, MSG had a look, or has a look.
they kick off things at this year's WrestleMania.
The Rosemont Horizon has a look. The United Center has a look.
On the second row, taking probably way too much time.
I think it's the lights. It's the lights on the railings on the staircase. The single lights going up. That's what sets this arena apart. And I always recognize it.
Legs hurry you out, move to the midsection. Legs moving out, off the rope and a knee.
I'm pretty sure Dynamite might have ran a show there. I don't remember. Not sure if they went all the way up to Connecticut or not.
And Lex Luger now. Sets him up. Yeah, big power slam.
I'm ready for Ray Phoenix. He's coming in. That teaser all but guaranteed it. I mean, the first one all but guaranteed it, but now they're showing like his body and his tattoo, so it's Phoenix. And since they're not showing that little teaser on Raw, makes you think he's just going to be a SmackDown guy. They're going to keep Penta and Phoenix on separate shows for a bit until they inevitably
Jumped out by the official.
come together.
Jacob and Eli Blue, the manager. Michaels in the Kyle. Almost was nailed by Luger. Wait a minute. There you see. There again. That's not the same.
Ha!
And a kick out.
Kick out with authority.
Luger nailed. Either Jacob or Eli with that forearm. Nobody gets up out of that.
Well, Luger used the metal forearm, so the Harris twins just repaid the favor. Oh, what's this going to be? Sunset? Davey, come on. He got him with that? What a bunch of shit. What a shit finish. Pyro, yeah. I'm really surprised Vince didn't just smash them to the moon over, you know? Felt like they really fit this time period in WWE, having a team like that. Bulldog and Lex weren't going to really be in the hunt for any singles gold at the time, so slap them together, they make a beautiful looking tag team, and they did. With their muscles and shit. Look at all those muscles, guys. Look at the muscles on him. Bulldog with this hair, I always thought he looked like young Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin used to have hair like the British Bulldog. I remember when I was a kid, like he must have been on one of my mom's soaps or something, and I remember like seeing him on TV. I'm like, that guy looks like the British Bulldog with his fucking hair. They pinned the wrong guy. Well, shit. The wrong guy jumped in the ring. Dutch.
Thank you very much, Jim. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are told that Pamela Anderson caused quite a stir as she does every
Oh, yeah, let's cut it back to your stupid celebrities. Look at them. They're in the... Oh, my God. Look at these guys. Are they drinking? Is IRS getting hammered? Look, we can't even hear him. Oh, that's got to be pissing Vince off. He's got to be fucking livid.
Well, we have some problems. Audio problems are... Wait, that wasn't Handle Anderson. No, that wasn't.
That was Jenny McCarthy. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, nothing went well. Nothing went well. Even the audio, they couldn't figure it out.
We never can tell what's going to happen.
And they usually didn't have these production problems. This wasn't... I'm not going to blame WWE's, like, shoddy production values, because they have excellent production values. This is just one show that, like, wasn't working out for them. Too many issues.
I don't believe so. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, have come here from all over the world to witness WrestleMania.
That girl had a shirt that said Neutron Star. That's awesome.
And of course, Lawrence Taylor.
We're still playing the Allied Powers music, which I'm not complaining.
Psyched up, the all-pro team. Getting themselves ready as the worlds collide, as you brought out before. Well, you know me, man, I've been thinking a lot about that, and as I look out in this crowd here, a lot of these morons...
They're just pan shot in the crowd here because they don't know where to go, who to cut to. There we go. There's a little fade to black. We're going to come right back. Yep, we're right back. Mike Witt. Yeah, Brett's on the show. In a really, really, really terrible match. What do you say? Backlund, what do you say? All right, here comes JJ. With the roadie. Look at that outfit. Good thing the roadie's there. Look at all these photographers. I don't know why they were letting all those photographers there, if that was just for the Lawrence Taylor stuff or the extra media, or if they were all just plants to make it appear like there's a bunch of extra media there. I don't know what. It's not like all just wrestling publications. Because you have the usual suspects out there taking pictures, George and the other guy. But they got like 1 million photographers out there. What's up, Billy Sellers? What's up, Ricky Salvador? Hey, Greg, happy Sunday from Solo Monster Chat. Did Solo Monster take over Ricky Salvador's YouTube and he's chiming in here? What's up, Jason? Cheers, bro. Good to see you. Look at this crap. Kid is not great on the mic. Never was. He always has the pointing thing. Look at Waltman in the karate thing. That's awesome. Fucking Cobra Kai Kid. That's what he is. There's these. Get out of the way, photographers. Jesus Christ. What's the kid doing in there? Is he going to get... They've got Razor's pyro in the ring there. Are they still going to do it? Oh, now... This is the biggest pile of shit pay-per-view I've ever seen. We're only, what are we, 20 minutes in? They've already fucked everything up. They fucked up the audio, fucked up the pyro, fucked up 2 backstage interviews. And we're 20 minutes in. It's going to be that kind of night for Vince and the Federation. Jesus, man. Pathetic.
2-3 kid to keep an eye on the roadie. Now, look, the roadie is part of... Oh, look at this. Stay with this now. Double J. Off the rope. Oh, wow. No. Razor Ramon all over Double J. Jeff Jarrett coming off the rope down. Missed him with a hard right. Right back. Nice climb there by Double J. But he's back again. To kick out again. Razor Ramon relentless all over Double J. Double J for the ride. Puts on the brakes. Look at that. Nobody hurt. Razor Ramon with a clothesline and Double J goes out. Oh.
I remember watching this just kind of thinking that, you know, at the time Razor would win the belt back, but then I remember being like, well, why would they take it off him at the Rumble, just have him win it back, just to add another Intercontinental title to his legacy? It felt like Jarrett might find a way to retain. And with Rhodey and Kid out there, that's what they wound up doing.
Complaining of apparently a busted lip. I think it's his tooth.
Oh, no, it's his tooth.
Razor Ramon very impatiently wanting Double J to get back into the ring. Razor, oh, look at this. That's one way to get back in. There you go. Double J. Nice reversal by Razor Ramon. And look at it. The fake there. Razor.
Sunset.
Razor Ramon hammering away.
Oh, nice. Smart by Razor to actually cover there. I like Razor in the blue. I like the blue.
This matchup with the bad guy, Razor Ramon. Razor now. Whip, no, reverse.
I know, Mike. I don't know. Vince is on commentary here, so he can only chew him out so much, but I'm sure he's yelling at Kevin Dunn about whatever. But, I mean, I don't even know if that would really be... This might just be some weird other issue we're not aware of. Maybe the building can't handle the amount of power. WWE's usually on point with their production for those, so for them to suddenly have a shitload of problems. Means a Razor's edge him that close to the ropes? Yeah, here comes Rhodey, of course.
Did you see that? No, what? The Rhodey. Double J's feet are out of the rope. He hooked his feet on the rope, on the top rope. Razor Ramon could have been the Intercontinental Champion right there. Wait a minute, where's Double J going?
Oh, Kid stops him. He's like, haven't you seen Cobra Kai, bitch? You better get out of my way. These photographers are starting to piss me off. It's not all like just Japanese guys. There's a bunch of there's an old dude. There's a guy out there in sweatpants. I don't know what's going on.
No, not quite. And of course, the only way to win a championship is by pin or submission. And look at this. Whoa! What a maneuver that was by Double J. Come on, Double J. You're gonna have to start wrestling him, Double J.
Green trunks Razor was good. Green and red, I think, were the
A weak knee.
best two. All the photographers, I think, are because of Lawrence Taylor. But I think WWE wanted that, though. They wanted to make it appear like, you know, this is a big deal, so they just shoved a bunch of photographers out there, but it did not have the effect I don't think Vince probably thought it would. Like, there wasn't a fuck ton of photographers 3 years later at WrestleMania 14. There wasn't 9,000 guys around the outside of the ring for Mike Tyson. So it just was dumb.
Razor Ramon will win the match, but he will not win the title. That's a good point, McMahon. Stay out, Jeff.
Stay down, Jeff.
And the 1, 2, 3 kid making sure that Double J goes nowhere. Razor, unquestionably the aggressor. Back body drop. No, backbreaker. That did it. And a drop kick.
Drop kick.
Double J.
Jeff had a good, decent drop kick.
Drop kicks, McMahon. Very impressive. Now he's got him going. You got to admit, Double J is quicker than Razor. And look at this. Double J wasting a little time. Or is it strategy?
I never understood the gear on him. What was going on with what he's wearing.
To the buckle. Double J asking for the roadie to get up. The roadie has hardly moved. And to the buckle again. Double J with a boot into Razor. Razor catches the ankle.
Missed the enziguri.
Razor. Almost. Oh, no. 1, 2. Got him. Wow, no, he didn't. Razor Ramon down to the canvas again. Another cover. Hooks the ring this time. And again, a count of 2 is all Double J can get. Hard fought matchup all the way. Double J's looking for the road. He's still out over here. He's still out. Razor Ramon has come so close. his feet. Off the rope. Over the hip now. A block. Oh, no, yeah, here we go. Here it is. A backslide.
No.
1, 2, and no. Just a 2 count. And a clothesline. And a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. No question these two men have come here to compete, ladies and gentlemen. Double J and Jeff Jarrett would do anything to retain the Intercontinental Championship. And Razor wants it back. Ooh.
I would suggest Double J go to work on that leg that he weakened at the Royal Rumble with the figure 4.
Ooh, a hard right hand.
Turd Ferguson shout out. Yeah, it's a funny name. Yeah, it's a funny name.
Coming off. And
There you go. There you go.
sleeper.
Burt Reynolds was kind of an asshole, though.
Night nurse.
Remember the show
With the sleeper hold on.
Double Dare on like Nickelodeon? The host of that show was like on the Tonight Show one night, and Burt Reynolds was one of the guests too. And back in those days, I don't know if they still do this on Fallon, but the guests would stick around. They just move over a chair, and the next guest would come out, and they got into a fight, and Burt like threw water on him and stuff. It was like, what a dick! He's such an asshole. I never really liked Burt Reynolds. Didn't really care about his movies. I didn't really give a shit about like
Check back the crossface.
Cannonball Run and Smokey and the Bandit and all. Those don't interest me. So I always thought, I kind of thought Burt was a dick. I liked him in Boogie Nights, I guess. But
Just tell you this, McMahon, don't ever sell Double J short. This guy is 10 times smarter than Ramon. He's got more of an athletic background. Whoa, look out. Oh.
Side suplex. Brilliantly executed on the part of Razor Ramon.
it's good to see some of the usual faces too in the ringside area of the of WrestleMania here. That dude, he's got kind of clear glasses. The guy straight ahead on the hard cam, he's got some clear glasses. Usually they're dark. I don't know if Vlad, if we've got a shot of him yet, but I'm sure he's there somewhere.
Now, off the rope, over Double J, to the near side, back in, a collision. Both men colliding face to face. And that is likely to knock both men out.
Come on, Double J.
Razor Ramon cannot win the championship if both men are counted out. But now the back.
Mike, thanks for the 5. We'll never understand why Razor wasn't in the world title scene during this era. He seemed clean and sober here, over like crazy. Yeah, he was. He was a guy that kind of started out in the world title scene, kind of got a shot at Brett right away, and then fell down to the Intercontinental status, won a bunch of titles there, but never moved back up. It is weird why they wouldn't give Razor a title shot or something at some point, or have him win a Rumble, or I don't know. Razor's never even been in a Rumble. So it was just never in the cards for him.
Well, if these people would shut up, they're up for Razor. It's like a home field advantage here. It's not fair.
Two and 3/4, and Timmy White knows how to count.
Come on, Double J.
Can you drive to his friendly tap in Rhode Island from Hartford? How far would that be? A couple hours? Does Razor go for the pin after fallaway slams? I don't remember him doing that. God, Razor's got that crazy looking mullet happening. You know, I gotta give the hair to Jeff Jarrett in the hair department. Got to give the nod to him here. His due feels like he's handling this match a little better than Razor's. Oh, look at Jeff Jarrett with the counter on the kid.
It's the kid's own fault they tried to interfere, McMahon. He got just what he deserved.
And that may change the complexion of the match entirely. But I'm the president of King Kong.
Yeah, Barry, we did WrestleMania 3 a couple years ago. I remember doing it.
Razor, I believe, going for a bulldog, and he was way off the mark.
But eventually, we're going to be rewatching some shit. And I think for WrestleMania week, we're going to do another watch along where I might just pick like 3 matches from random WrestleManias. We'll just watch them one at a time. Just put the time code right there. I'll start the timer at whatever time we need to start. And we'll watch a couple of those for fun, bounce around. Figuring all that out right now. It's in progress. But I told myself by the time we get to April 1st, I want to have my whole WrestleMania week figured out. So I got a week. Got to start working on overlays, all that fun stuff. It's coming up.
Bring it. He said he gave up, didn't he?
Shades of a previous encounter at the Royal Rumble.
Razor, don't submit to the figure 4.
A very painful leg lock, the figure 4 leg lock.
Come on, referee. How much can he take?
Now wait a minute. Karate behind him pushes back.
He's giving up. He's giving up.
More leverage to Double J. And the kid on the far side trying to get pushes attention too and almost 3. This is not normally a pinning combination. But don't forget, Razor must be in such intense pain. He must forget where his shoulders are. He may not even know where he is. After the previous knee injury. Double J trying to take it.
Is he going to just reverse it, or is he just going to...
Applying the figure 4 leg lock. A very painful leg lock indeed. And Razor
It's a very painful leg lock, guys. Very painful indeed.
trying to reverse the figure 4.
Come on, Brody. Give him some leverage.
And he does. He does.
Now, I've put the figure 4 leg lock on people, on my sisters when I was a kid. I know it hurts like shit. But does it really hurt if you turn it over?
Disqualifying right now. Disqualifying.
I'll stop it. He's only doing what Brody was doing earlier. Why
They
is the
didn't
hose is broken?
Why don't they just throw the kid out of here as a troublemaker? Can we get security down
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 kid tried to cheat too.
there? He's a delinquent. Get him out.
He's a delinquent.
Razor Ramon.
Kid, I think it was going through some neck problems here. Or was just getting over some neck problems. Maybe that's what it was.
Razor Ramon. Hooking Double J.
Ugh. Rough bump.
History. Razor Ramon. Once again the new champion.
Wait a minute. Look at Razor's knee. He's hurt. He can't even cover him.
This was the final pay-per-view
When Razor brought Double J.
of the 5 pay-per-view schedule for WWE. In Your House would start in May, the following month. And then after that, it was 1 a month.
Razor Ramon with Double J.
I remember that blowing my mind. Pay-per-views 1 a month. Then both companies were doing it. So you had 2 pay-per-views a month from both companies. I mean, kind of like now, but... Oh. Fucking DQ, man. It's WrestleMania. You could have done this match on Raw and booked it the exact same way. Oh, wow. Kid was itching to get physical on this thing. Jeez. Now, I'm pretty sure this would be the tag match at In Your House, the first one. I think it's Razor and Kid against Double J and Rhodey. But Jeff Jarrett got bloody nose, I think.
Yes, snap that little twig. Come on.
Double J trying to put the 1, 2, 3 kid in the.
Oh, ouch. He's got them little twig legs, too.
Oh, come on, Ref. Get in there. Stop.
I kind of do, too. I got the Brian Pillman legs. Not exactly huge. Finally, here come all the officials with a Rene Gallet for fun, and Danny Davis, referee Danny Davis, the one guy wearing the long sleeve zebras, random. Maybe that's because he's dangerous. Dangerous guys wear long sleeves. I mean, what else could it be? Well, Razor's being announced as the winner, but who gives a shit? He didn't win the title. And I was a big Razor fan at the time. This was extremely disappointing to me because none of this felt like WrestleMania. Everything that we just saw right now could have just been on Raw the night before, or the week before, or the night after. Jarrett's busted open. That probably happened in the melee after, I guess. DQ on Mania, boo. Hell yeah, boo. Told you all this wasn't going to be fun. Jim Ross got the headset on, too. Payback is you know what, boy. Okay. Well, he won, so I don't know what your problem is. Razor and Kid kind of got beat up. Okay, they're going to redo. We get a do-over here on Backstage. Finally, Nick is back. What's up?
How you doing, buddy? I was just at Pamela Anderson's dressing room, but she was nowhere to be found.
IRS is no longer drinking beer. Look at these little squirrely guys behind him. Look at Jenny. Oh my God, Jenny McCarthy being macked on by the Godfather Nikolai Volkov. Here's Sean. Oh yeah, Pamela Anderson's missing. Sid was nuts. I was happy to see Sid back, even though he was booked like shit in '95. He was booked like a pussy, a big Arkansas pussy, instead of the badass that he is. Donnie Wahlberg, who's he with? Jenny McCarthy? So Donnie Wahlberg was at last year's Mania and Jenny was at this year's? Is that how they met? I did WrestleMania too. Oh, you did? All right. Oh, I forgot about this match. I forgot about Bundy and Taker. I forgot. I didn't mention this one earlier. I completely forgot about this one. And here is Eyebrow Bundy. Very different than non-eyebrow Bundy. Two completely different wrestlers. The urn lid pops off. How many times did they have to do the steal the urn thing? This would be going on until the end of the year. Like, and then like Mabel would melt it down and make a chain out of it or whatever. Like, man, they really went hard on the urn. 95 was so stupid. They tried to have Brett feuded with Pierre over the jacket. The leather jacket. Let's get in the street. Was this guy in the Battle Royal at 2? Yeah, I like this guy. He doesn't seem... Right on, good. Usually when you interview, a celebrity or anybody at ringside, they don't know what the fuck to say. That was pretty good. I mean, Raw, even though it was shitty around this time, Raw was still pulling in 3 million viewers and stuff every week. I mean, the ratings were in the threes, I'm pretty sure, even in 95. So there was just a lot less stuff to watch back then, You just can't compare ratings of then to now because you got a million different options, million different streaming platforms, the opportunity to watch mobilely, to record a DVR, all this stuff to watch online, on the internet, on YouTube, on various different platforms, where back in the day, one place. If you're in Canada, it was TSN. If you're here, it's USA. I don't know what it is. If you're overseas, there's one place and one time to watch it. Now you can watch it at any place, at any time. So that's why the ratings aren't going to match up. And I think there's a lot more people watching WWE and AEW than what we see in the ratings. There's a hell of a lot more than 600,000 people watching AEW every week. And I think there's a hell of a lot more people watching Raw every week. A hell of a lot more than 1.5 million watching Raw every week. Because a million people might be watching it the next day. Because they're not crazy like us. They just want to see what happened. So they'll watch it the next morning or watch it the next night after they get home from work or whatever. Watch it on the phone, in their car, while they're driving, while they're, walking to work, anything like that. There's just a million different ways now that you can consume it, and you don't have to be there at the designated time anymore. So ratings are just different. But in these days, when WWE sucked, when you compare their ratings to now, they're getting higher ratings than WWE is currently getting right now, I'm pretty sure. We can look that up. and confirm that, but I'm pretty sure even in 95, business might be down, but I think television ratings were higher than what they are now. Who's this ref? I forget who this ref is. Undertaker's 1995 entrance. There was nothing like it.
You know what, McMahon? Let me just say this. This is the 4th WrestleMania appearance for The Undertaker, the 4th WrestleMania appearance for King Kong Bundy, but it's the first appearance ever at WrestleMania for that referee.
Larry Young, ladies and gentlemen.
Larry Young, he looks like the Double Dare guy.
American League umpire. Soon to be busy, we hope.
Oh, he's an umpire, American League umpire. Why? Why? Why do we need Larry Young here?
What's this now? The urn.
What's the point?
Look at that. The power of the
WWE, they were Vince's desperation was really off-putting.
and DiBiase.
They were just they were such whores for media attention.
I think it might be a mistake to even leave that urn at ringside.
And anybody they could get from any sort of outside entity, and
Nonetheless,
they would try.
matchup. Ready to roll here. And look out. Bundy charging. Undertaker with an uppercut. And another kick to the midsection.
They loved Chet Kopic, you know, the wrestlers would always go on his show.
Bundy. The Undertaker.
Vince would always put it over like it's some big interview. Who gives a shit?
The Royal Rumble.
Gives a fucking shit about Chet Kopic.
Shyster, the $1 million team members to what they called repossess the urn. Watch this. Look at this agility. 6'10", ladies and gentlemen. Over the 300-pound mark, and the Undertaker walking the ropes.
Just a shame we couldn't get a tombstone here in this match.
And Bundy is still on his feet.
I mean, Giant Gonzalez was worse, but not by much
Undertaker.
in terms of Mania opponents for Taker.
440 pounds, McMahon is going to take a truck to knock him off his feet.
And another
Yeah, right. We just brought up that Mark Summers, and that guy looks just like him, just an older version.
Reggie White.
We should look up the year of when that Burt Reynolds thing happened, because it might have been 95. Everything's coming together, y'all.
Now Reggie White, look out. Undertaker over the top and then lands right on his feet. Look at that. Right behind
Yep,
Thomas Anderson.
DiBiase. I'll take that, thank you. And DiBiase, or Undertaker's got it back. Bundy seems to be upset by this, and Paul Bearer has it now. I mean, you got 20,000 people cheering for a prop. It's fucking socko, man. That's the great thing about wrestling. Sometimes it's an urn, sometimes it's a sock. People will pop for just about anything.
And Ted DiBiase was just waving a moment ago for someone to, I don't know what he's waving at. Meanwhile, the Undertaker all over. Bundy. Now we know what he's doing.
Comma. Let's have him wear a Hanes white t-shirt. That way nobody recognizes his tattoos and sees that he's Papa Shango. Oh, and now it's back. Now comma. So now we would move into the next feud. So this is just the transition into the next one, because next Taker's going to feud with Kama. And then after he beats Kama, then Mabel's going to get his hands on the urn, and then he's going to feud with Mabel. It's just so fucking dumb. God. It was so sad. Like, it just... I was at an impressionable time at 17. I needed better stuff than this. This was not good for me to be watching this type of crap when I was that age. Look at Paul Bearer, just distraught. Oh, yeah, he's going to melt it. Oh, so Kama melted it. I was thinking Mabel melted it. But Mabel ends up getting it. And then I think they melt the... Then Undertaker gets the chain back and then melts the chain and turns it back into an urn. I can't.
And the Undertaker over the top rope to the outside. And
Did you hear what Thomas said? He's going to melt down the urn and make jewelry out of it.
Yeah, Al Snow's head, exactly.
Larry Young certainly having some degree of difficulty officiating his matchup.
He don't know what's hitting. He's used to walking out to a pitcher's mound and saying, "Hurry up, guys." Look at this. He's in there with two of the
this up, he's going to be out. He's going to be out of the matchup.
Come on, Bundy.
Bundy snapping the Undertaker. No.
Nope.
A hard right hand by Bundy. And a scoop in.
Big slam. God, I hope this match isn't any more than like 8 minutes. What are we in here? We got to be like 4 or 5 minutes in, maybe less. Let's wrap it up. Oh, yeah, let's do a rest hold, because that's what we need in an Undertaker and King Kong Bundy match at WrestleMania 11, a rest hold.
40 pounds behind that knee drop.
Bundy and Taker rest hold, and this show is still only 2 hours and 25 minutes.
DiBiase, he feels confident once again.
Kama grabbing the urn and interfering in this matchup. And Paul Bear seems to be all right. But Kama
Paul Bear seems to be all right now.
and you can bet Chris Spielman saw all of that.
Chris Spielman, a former Detroit Lion.
He's got to kick him around like a football. Spielman ought to be used to that.
The Undertaker trying to
Between Bundy and Diesel, who do I think was the first true threat to the streak? I had neither, because I knew watching this year, I watched this live on pay-per-view, Bundy was not winning this. Absolutely not. And the next year, I would normally say Diesel would be the bigger threat, but we already knew Diesel was going to WCW by then. So by the time we got to WrestleMania 12 and I watched WrestleMania 12 on pay-per-view, I knew that Diesel was leaving. So he wasn't going to win that. So I went into both of those matches
feel his power dissipate here.
as 1,000,000,000% confident who was going to win. So I never thought either guy was a threat. I thought Giant Gonzalez was more of the threat than either one of them, to be honest, at the time.
They beat the Undertaker, and then they beat LT. Goodness gracious, it'll be unbelievable.
Oh, thank you for looking that up, Ryan. Thanks for the $2. Average rating was a 2.2 and 95. That's lower than I thought. But that's, I mean, assuming that's like millions, right? I mean, that's what WWE's pulling in right now for their shows. But I don't know the differences between the millions and then the point system. You know, so if it's 2.2, does that mean 2.2 million people or 2.2 million households? I don't know what it really means. But they will be comparable, if not higher, to WWE's numbers right now during the crappiest time in like their history. There it is. And Bundy still kind of kicked out at the end. Fucking terrible match, because you knew Taker wasn't going to be able to tombstone him, so it was either going to be a choke slam or he did his big diving clothesline, which is a move that I do like, but
That's right, a bittersweet victory for the Undertaker.
yeah, he did get him up in the slam, but still, no tombstone. Finally, it took until the end of the year. It was In Your House. It was the December In Your House where finally Taker, like, he does that, like the motion for the belt. I'm like, finally. He should have been doing it right here after he beat Bundy. Like, enough's enough. But now we have to sit through him feuding with Kama and then Mabel. And then Diesel. But at least by the time we got to 96, Taker was getting title shots. He wasn't getting any in these days. In 95 anyway.
Trying to find out where she is. The word is her and Shawn Michaels had a big disagreement. She was very upset, very distressed, very distraught, so she had to leave the building. Nowhere to be found. I'm trying to find her. Anybody can help me? Hey, Steve McMichaels, how are you?
Hey, Steve, Mongo. That's our Mongo.
Have you heard anything about Pamela Anderson?
Oh, I'm sure you, big boy, you'll be able to find her on your. But let me tell you one thing. I'm looking for this Kama character. Where is he at?
This Kama.
He calling me a cream puff? You're gonna get yours again tonight, baby doll.
Baby doll.
Let me tell you something, King Kong Bundy, you've been telling people you looking for me. I'm right here, baby. Standing right
All these NFL players would fuck those guys up. Like, they really would. Maybe not Godfather, but for sure Bundy.
Scared like a little chump. Come and get me. We're right here.
Anybody see the cigar story?
IRS might be able to hold his own.
Or to talk to something like that.
with Spielman or something.
We're right here, ready to roll.
Good luck tonight, guys. All right.
All pro team, ladies and gentlemen,
What
getting
else can I
started.
find? Let me see. What the hell is
And Reggie White and Mongo would both be in WCW or make appearances there, I think.
Hey, Jonathan Taylor, how you doing?
Oh my God, he's playing chess with Backlund.
Chess at a time like this. Have you heard? You heard that Pamela Anderson's missing? Bob?
What's the meaning of this intrusion? That's what's wrong with America today. You people with cameras. You think you can shoot on anyone at any time?
Bob, I'm
Just
sorry.
relax, bro.
Trying to find out about Pamela Anderson. She's been missing. Sorry to bother. Pamela Anderson.
Who's Pamela Anderson?
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Backlund, check and mate, thank you.
Yeah, checkmate. That little girl in the tux beat Bob Backlund in chess. What's her name again? I forgot.
It's showing no respect. Who's the 34th president of the United States?
Eisenhower.
Yeah, Eisenhower. Psh.
Endorsed.
Say Goosey Gappler?
He's right. He's a smart kid.
The United States Supreme Court.
William Rehnquist.
Huh? That's what's wrong with the world. They think they know it all.
They think they know it all.
Pretty upset, Bob Backlund. Very distressed. Anyways, congratulations there, buddy. Nice job.
Okay, Nick, thanks for joining us. And Nick,
Shh.
would you continue the search for Pamela, please?
I will, Vince. If I find out
They got all this time for this shit on this short ass pay per view. Oh, what's up, Owen? Finally, something nice. What's up, Owen? Even crappy audio and Jonathan Taylor Thomas can't ruin Owen. And I'm trying to remember. I don't really remember. Surely I knew this was going to be Yoko. Lawler knows. I think I knew, but I don't have a memory of it. I don't have a memory of what I thought about Owen's partner, like who it's going to be, but I'm certain that Yoko was on the top of my list.
You're gonna love this, McMahon. I've already talked to the sound man. Get ready.
You talk to the sound man, the audio man. You were having audio difficulty.
Don't blame me.
And that man went out and beat my brother Brett for the World Wrestling Federation title. I introduce to you my partner, Yokozuna.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Vince. Yeah, Yoko. Look how fucking big he is. He came back bigger. There's Vlad. Thought we'd see him eventually. He kind of has some crappier seats. He's way back there. He's got like a beard now. So he lost that casket match, right, to Undertaker at Survivor Series, right when Randy Savage left. And then he's been gone ever since. Mr. Fuji's out there too. Owen's like, oh, we're going to totally win. This is like the Colossal Connection 5 years later.
Gentlemen, are you as surprised as we are? Yokozuna has been chosen by Owen Hart to be his partner.
You know, Vince, Owen complained about us not giving him a
God, that shirt, that mustache. Oh, you guys.
because we're going in the tag team champions and we're leaving the tag.
Cowboys.
Well, you guys have fought long and hard to be tag team.
I want to be a cowboy.
Could be an uphill battle for you.
Oh, my God. Look at Billy. I'm looking at him, trust me. I'm looking at both of them, to be honest. I mean, think about how big Bart must be huge, because Billy's huge. Back in these days, though, Billy was not really that jacked. You know, he did not have the physique that he has now. And I always thought Bart looked physically better. But then Billy just exploded. When he took that time, when they split in like 96, and then he came back as Rockabilly, he was looking a lot bigger. And ever since then, he's been getting bigger and bigger ever since. By the time he was Mr. Ass, he was like a fucking horse. But here, you don't see it in him. You know, you don't see like what he would become. He's just a little fucking squirrel. He looks like the cowboy guy in like the second season of The Real World. I'm actually Twitter followers with him, and we even exchanged DMs, but that's who he reminds me of. The Real World cowboy guy. You know, a lot of my family loved Home Improvement, like my aunts and uncles and stuff, because it's set in Michigan, where we're all from. So, you know, with what's-his-face always on the show with the Detroit Lions shirt and stuff, my family always really liked it. Like, not even my immediate family, like my extended family, all really liked the show. I never really watched much of it. I was more like Cheers and Seinfeld and Frasier more than I was like the family sitcoms. Like, I like the Cosbys in the 80s and stuff, but look at these. I didn't like these pants either. These, like, beige pants. Like, they look way better in the jeans. Now, I'm pretty sure the Guns would go on. Like, I thought they were just going to get pushed completely out of the title scene here, but they would win these titles back from Owen and Yoko. Owen and Yoko, I believe, hold these titles all the way through the September In Your House, right? We Are Pro Wrestling. And then they do that whole thing with Davey filling in because Owen, I think Athena or Oj was born, one or the other. And then Owen shows up at the end and gets pinned, but he wasn't technically supposed to be in the match. So they did something on Raw where there was like a rematch and the Guns won the titles back. Like Diesel and Shawn came out and celebrated with him. It was like a good moment for the Guns. So even though they kind of get crapped on here, they get it all back. Michael Cuomo, thanks for the 5. He should have got a title shot way before 96, excluding Royal Rumble. Taker didn't lose a match from December 91 to September 93. I know. So he got a title shot, though, in 94 at the Royal Rumble. So he went 2 years in between title shots. So he got that casket match title shot with Yoko, lost, and then went 2 full years without getting a title shot. And then finally he faces Brett at the Rumble in 96. And it took all the way until that December In Your House for him to motion that he wants the title. Mike's got 5. Just think if this would have been in the Attitude Era, we would have had a bra and panties match between Pam and Jenny. Yeah, we would have. They probably both would have been down for it, too. I wonder if they got along. Were they friends? Did they even know each other? Did they ever meet again other than this event? Yeah, Mr. Fuji. Finally, Lawler noticed him. I noticed him. Oh, he's going to go for the leg drop. Go for the leg drop. He's going to miss. Yeah, when he goes for a big windup like that, he's too big. He has to miss. He's only going to hit it if he can measure you. Owen. It's a stat we got to try to think about. Well, I guess the previous year, I was about to say, is there a WrestleMania where Owen and Brett both picked up wins? Yes, the previous one, WrestleMania 10. Owen got a victory over Brett, but Brett got a victory over Yoko, so that counts. I guess WrestleMania 13, they might have both won? What happened in that Vader and Mankind match with Owen and Davey? WrestleMania 5, they both won? No, they didn't. That's a lie. Owen lost. Oof. Oh, Yoko. I always thought Bart looked like Randy Orton. Like when Randy Orton came in like 02 or 03, whatever year that was, I thought to myself he looked like Bart Gunn. But I don't think Bart Gunn ever heard voices in his head.
He's been denied championships as long as he's been in the World Wrestling Federation. But I just don't think he'll be denied tonight, McMahon. Oh, really? It's fate. It's destiny, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Benoit, I guess, was discussed to be Owen's tag partner. Benoit was working, did do some tryouts and house show matches with WWE this time, opted to sign with WCW. Yeah, thank you for that, We Are Pro Wrestling. I knew that Mongo and Reggie were in WCW for something, and it was the It was Slamboree 97. We might have watched that one.
Successful title defense against
I'll never forget. I've ordered some Slamborees before in my life on pay-per-view, and the cable company that I used at the time, it was like an automated recording. So when I remember when I ordered Slamboree to order WWE or WCW Slamboree, and it was like this Slamboree voice, and then you'd have to hear it like 5 or 6 times to confirm, and then enter in your number, and then press 1 to confirm Slamboree. I was like, how many times do I have to hear Slamboree? I remember that. It was much harder to watch pay-per-views back then, children. You had to do some work. This match should be over. Yoko, the cagey veteran. Man, add another crappy thing to 1995. Lawler's already starting in with that Bret Hart racist crap. They try to do some racist storyline where Bret's racist against the Japanese people or something. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is even the point of that, you know? Like, people call Vince a genius. He was not. Vince was lucky. He was no genius. He was quite fucking stupid, to be honest, because he did a lot of really, really dumb things and managed to just not kill him, and he landed on his feet, and he's had a lot of luck. He's way more luck than he is genius. Like, look at 94. I mean, look at what he did with Hogan and Lex. Hogan leaves. I just have to make another Hogan. I got another blonde guy with muscles here. Let's just do that. Creative genius. Fake Diesel, fake Razor, creative genius. Fucking moron is what it is. These were trying times as a wrestling fan, man. Those of you who are my age, you remember 95. She's that fucking ass on Yoko.
We saw Bundy earlier on leaning down of his weight down on the Undertaker. That ain't nothing as the expression goes to what Yokozuna can do.
You know what I just thought of, McMahon? I just thought, I'll bet Stu and Helen are really proud of their son now, realizing just how smart Owen really is for choosing Yokozuna as a partner.
I mean, could you believe what Owen said that he chose Yokozuna? I mean, it's like
Garrett, the urn was the most powerful thing on your 8th birthday. Yeah, I mean, I would have been. I was a little older here, so if I would have been 8, because I remember what it was like for me as a fan when I was 8. But the business by that point, by 95, had become a lot. I've talked about this when we talked about Kamala yesterday. How the business kind of became a lot brighter and more vibrant than when I was 8 years old. It was still dark looking. Everything was dark. You never saw any wrestling under any bright lights. It was all just dark. The arena was dark, and the presentation was dark. And it did. Once you got into the 90s, things started brightening up, you know. And so being 8 years old, watching the urn light up, as opposed to being 8 years old watching Kamala and Andre the Giant bloody in a cage, different generations, man. Like, and so if I would have been 8, I would have been mesmerized by the Undertaker, completely. Because I remember how I was mesmerized about some of the kids or some of the wrestlers when I was 8. And I'm like, holy shit, imagine if I was 8 here. Imagine if I was 8 in 2008. What kind of fan I'd be. Oh my God, I'd be insufferable on Twitter. Oh, you'd hate me. I'd think I'd know everything. I'd call everybody a mark. Oh, I'd be the worst. Oh, look at the strength in Bart. My God. Can't do that to Yoko, though. Guns put up way more of a fight here. A blatant hair pull. It's illegal. Well, so what, Lawler? Owen just took out Bart. Oh, and Yoko hits the belly to belly. Collapsing the lungs. Oh, no. He's so big here. He had to have gained 50 pounds. Maybe more. Oh. Oh, you didn't go for the pin there. No. Tagging into Owen. Bart's just laying there. Oh, yeah, Owen's just going to pin him, isn't he? Or is he going to put the sharpshooter on him instead? No, pin him. Ha ha, smart. Owen's like, I don't think I need to put a sharpshooter on him. Look at Owen. Look at how happy he is. Finally. You know, what did he say to Brett? All you had to do was tag me. What did Yoko do? Tagged him. Oh, how this touches my heart. Owen winning his first championship in WWE. What a moment. They must be so proud of their son. And Yoko is once again a champion. It's the only other belt Yoko would hold, right? That was it. This is his final championship in the WWE. He'll lose it here in September. And that's it. That's it for Yoko. God, that sight. That is one of the best sights of the whole night. It's just that camera shot of Yoko's double wide ass. Good grief. Look at Owen's already got the belt on because he's a proud champion. That's what he's like, these damn snaps. Oh, yeah, it's got to feel so good. You don't have it on right, Owen. I remember the first time I saw a wrestler put the belt on. Because back then in our day, you didn't have replica belts. That wasn't a thing. So the first time I saw a wrestler put the belt on backwards, I'm like, what's he doing? And I'm like, oh, you have to put it on backwards to snap it, and then you have to turn it around. That's how I have to do it. And I'm like, oh, or unless somebody does it for you. But I'm like, oh, I remember you being like, oh, that's how it works. Might have been like Hogan at WrestleMania 5. He did that after he won, and I forgot the first time I saw it, but that's a shitty camera they have on that Stridex blimp. What's that, 360p you got there, Vince? Nice.
Oh, yeah. Vince McMahon, thank you very much. Bam Bam Bigelow has already said this is the biggest night of his life. Before we talk to you, Bam Bam, I want to take you back to where this whole incident began, the WWF Royal Rumble. After the tag matchup,
Mike, come on, Greg. It was a genius idea to come up with the Bastion Booger gimmick. My God.
there you are with Lawrence Taylor, and you shoved him.
Lawrence Taylor disrespected me, and I'm not going to let no man disrespect the beast from the east.
He didn't have like a whole ton of success, like with Muck and Sing and Lunatic and stuff, but you still should have come up with something better than just wrapping duct tape around him and calling him Booger.
That's fine, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It's Sunday night, WrestleMania Sunday. I'm going in there, LT. I'm in great shape, and I'm ready to rumble, and I'm taking him down.
Let me ask you, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam, what a stud. I loved Bam Bam so much. I really liked him in the late 80s.
Lawrence Taylor, even though he doesn't have the ring experience, what kind of impact will that have on you psychologically?
Listen, I'm not worried about the fans. I'm worried about Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow is not going to be known as the man that lost to Lawrence Taylor in WrestleMania 11. This is my world, Lawrence Taylor, not yours. I'm going to teach him a lesson.
Let's talk about
All right.
All-Pro team. I talked to him earlier on today. They were on the Action Zone Live. There are LT friends all over this arena, seated in the front row, seated in the middle.
Bam Bam's not in, right? We have not gotten to him yet at the Hall of Fame, right? Shit's way overdue if it hasn't happened. Did we get it in the last year or two? No.
But I got the $1 million team to take my back, Todd, and they are the biggest and the toughest in the World Wrestling Federation today. I'm worrying about LT. I'll let Mr. DiBiase worry about the All-Pro team.
So you don't believe Lawrence Taylor, who has been training for this, has a chance against you? Here's a
Todd,
legend going
don't yell at us.
And you say he doesn't have a prayer to beat you.
No, he doesn't. Like I said, this is my world. Bam Bam Bigelow is part of the World Wrestling Federation. Lawrence Taylor is just a flash in the pan. He's not coming in here. He's not going to make a fool out of me. And he's going to go down 1, 2, 3.
The newspaper articles talking about it will be different tomorrow. Regardless of the outcome, you will read about it as the media hype continues.
They're so excited about their media hype, aren't they? Oh my God, they're like literally stroking themselves over it. Their media hype. Look at these 19 commentary desks. I see Ray Rougeau. I'm a mark for him. Cabrera's over there. Oh, look at this little serial killer behind Vince and Lawler. Oh, he's got a body count. Yep. Look at that death stare. Oh, there's his crazy brother. Probably killed their parents with a hammer. Yeah, Bam Bam's not in. That's what I thought. Quit. Okay, you have to verify your submission by saying the words, I quit. Everybody got that? Here comes the pipes. Look at Vlad. He knew. He was saying Piper before the music started. I remember being surprised by this pleasantly. I thought this was great. I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Twice in a row now, Piper's the ref for a Brett match. Third WrestleMania they've had, that they've had together, kind of, if you count WrestleMania 8. And I was happy that Brett and Backlund were blowing off their issue. But holy crap, does everything suck? Did Penta get permission from Piper for that catchphrase or what? He must have. You know how like Ronda got permission for the Rowdy? Look at that proud papa and his son. I love that. It's totally his kid. Brett would call this the worst match of his career. Brett would be right. I mean, at this time, coming out to no music in 95 is wild. It's stark raving crazy. He's got his towel. I feel like he's kind of like a Big Bang Theory character or something, you know? Like he'd be the dork next door. Or actually, maybe like he would be the neighbor of the Big Bang guys, but they don't like him. They're scared of him. Like he'd be perfect. Imagine if Mr. Bob Backlund lived next door to Sheldon. Holy crap. That's quality television right there. The conversations alone would be magic. And here comes Brett. No matter how how bad the match sucks, watching Brett come out to the ring is always quite enjoyable. Definitely think I had a slightly unhealthy obsession with Brett when I was like this age. I just really loved him as a pro wrestler. I just thought he was fantastic. He was my favorite, and nobody else was even a close number 2. Like, nobody was even on my radar for number 2. I didn't give a shit. You know, it was like Brett was just the guy. All time, Randy is number 2, but Brett was really all I cared about at this time. And I was very frustrated. This match I didn't have a problem with until it happened. Then I was like, oh my God, that sucked. But the match itself, I'm like, Brett needs to get final revenge on Backlund. I get all that. I have no problem with that. But then the Lawler stuff, dredging all that back up, and then Hakushi, even though that match was great, then working with, what's-his-face, the Pirate. And then finally, randomly on TV, they're like, Brett's going to get a title shot. I seriously doubt Piper and Backlund. Well, shit. No. Piper and Backlund, I would say no, did not ever wrestle. Because Backlund, by the time he was rolling in WWE in the late 70s, Piper was just getting in. He was probably only in for a couple years. Backlund was in New York. Piper was Canada, Mexico, Portland and shit, right? And by the time he got to WWE, Backlund had like kind of left. When Piper came in '84, Backlund dropped the title and was kind of out of there. So, yeah, I don't think so. What do you say? What do you say? This whole match. Oh, my God. Yeah, Piper, Lawler, you brought this up last year. He brought up the WrestleMania 8 match in the Yoko match the previous year. I'm like, Lawler's like, do you remember what happened at WrestleMania 8? I'm like, yeah, I remember. Brett beat Piper, and then Piper congratulated him, put the belt around his waist, got him a towel to wipe off the blood, and walked off out of the ring with his arm around him. That's what I remember. There ain't no bad blood. They cool. What do you say? The crowd is laughing. This is like a comedy bit. And I love that the mic is wired. Oh.
That's twice Bob Backlund has been able to escape the sharpshooter. Have you ever seen anybody do that before?
German announcers on hand. Wait a minute, let's stay with this sharpshooter.
Backlund guy. I wonder what the I want to see the WrestleMania checks for Backlund and Brett and compare them. I want to see what these two guys got paid. I want to see how much more Brett got.
No, he's not going to submit.
I cannot believe the audacity and the gall of Bret the Hitman Hart. First he stole the sharpshooter from his brother Owen, and now he stole Double J.
God, Backlund's left calf really looks like it's wrenched in there, actually.
Reversing the hold.
Oh, my God. Let me go grab another one of these cold ones because I'm going to barf. Well, it's the German commentary team. They're sharing a monitor because you can't give the German guys two monitors. That would be just crazy, you know? It's one monitor for you Germans over there. Learn some Spanish. We'll talk about getting you two monitors. But until then, one monitor for you.
What do you mean by that?
I said I'm not prejudiced like he is against
Yeah,
That was cleared up some time ago.
that prejudice angle was infuriating.
Giving the Hitman Bret on a very special award. And look at
Oh, by the way, it's right here. Didn't even show it.
that chin back.
Went ahead and busted it out. WrestleMania 11, the VHS tape. Oh, it's got a big sticker on the back. Barcode from Blockbuster. So this is an old Blockbuster rental. I must have picked this up on eBay or something. Still got the thing on it, but anyway, WrestleMania 11. There. Piper checked with Brett. Brett's the one applying the hold. He's like, Brett.
Roddy Piper certainly no stranger to the microphone.
Trying to give him a double J nose right there.
Piper's picks. Oh, look at this. Now Bob Backlund.
Okay. Thank you. Piper did wrestle Backlund in 78. Okay, so if they came to California out here, okay, I could see how that would happen. Yeah, I was about to say, it's got to be super early if it happened because it wouldn't have been in the 80s. Wow.
I'm telling you. No. There may be
the Hitman Bret Hart. Unbelievable. What an impact.
I mean, what kind of a crazy submission match would it be if you gave up after you took a buckle bump? Oh, Bret getting out of it.
But Backlund drives him down nonetheless.
Ooh, Bret just tapped. Look at... This is so annoying. Like, if I was Bret, I'm like, will you get the hell out of my face, please? Jesus, man.
I think it's going to take a great deal more than that particular hold to get the Hitman Bret Hart to say I quit. Although, again, giving credit where it's due. Oh, my goodness. We've never heard Bob Backlund say those words on it. Of course not. You never will. And here he comes. Oh, he drove him down again.
In comes Piper. Damn, Spartan Sprinkles, don't go back on the sauce purely for WrestleMania 11. You can do it. Stay strong. Me, on the other hand, I think I need one.
So to speak, although this is not a hometown crowd for Bob Backlund. Backlund hoping to put a cross-face chicken wing on Bret Hart. Hoping to have Bret submit. And if anyone can do it to the Hitman, it would be Bob Backlund. In terms of scientific knowledge and scientific skill, I would suggest they are just about equal, wouldn't you?
You gotta be kidding me, McMahon.
Oh, God.
The scientific skills and abilities of Mr. Bob Backlund so far exceed those of Bret the Hitman Hart and pathetic.
No! Bob Backlund?
I mean, it's just an arm bar. Like, Bret's not going to submit to an arm bar, Piper. You put an arm bar on him at WrestleMania 8. Fox Stars got 10 for us. Thanks, dude. True fact, when I made WWE fan fiction based on Friends episode, the one with 2 parts, I briefly used Backlund in the role of Mr. Heckles before deciding to instead go with Ric Flair. I'm sure that was interesting. Yeah, Piper's being overly obnoxious on the mic. It's a turnoff. It's ruining the match. Get out of Bret's way, Piper. He's going through his moves, and Piper's all up in the way.
For the sharpshooter, those are his 2 maneuvers he uses right before the sharpshooter.
The Hitman, trying to get him over. Trying to get the sharpshooter on Bob Backlund.
Oh, Backlund rolled all the way through and got to the ropes. Damn, smart. That's a good way to counter that.
Backlund had to mix it up. That was a desperation maneuver on the
What
part
is
of Bob.
Piper doing? He gave Backlund a knee drop in the stomach.
He did not.
Damn, James busting out the Rolling Rock. I haven't had one of those since I was a kid. That's awesome. I hope it's delicious.
Backlund now for the ride to the boom.
I miss a good Molson. Oh, man. Bret posts himself. I'll have another. I'll have one, 2 for you, Spartan. Appreciate the $2.
Any alternative, you have to surrender.
Here it comes.
Yep, here it comes. Backlund is in position.
If he didn't separate it then, Bob Backlund's fixing to do it for him now.
I can't believe Bret was so comfortable selling that shoulder with his back turned so much. Even if you're hurt, you got to make sure Backlund's not coming for you. He just left himself open in chicken wing position. Oh, he's trying to get him down. Nope.
Come on, Bob, cinch it up.
Oh, what's Bret just reverse it, I think, right?
He doesn't count it all the way up again. He's got to. No.
He got out of it. Oh, that fucking cord. There's a cord in the ring. Oh, man. I think I've always in my head known that this is the worst WrestleMania, but I'm glad to get some true confirmation here. Look at this. Yeah. He didn't even say it. He should have just beat him with the sharpshooter. I mean, beating him with his own move, fine, but I would have just liked Brett just to wipe the floor with him, put him in the sharpshooter, and have him give up. It's amazing how, when they would do this match 2 years later, how it would be like the complete opposite. Now it's a submission match instead of an I Quit match. And we went from, like, arguably one of the worst matches in wrestling history to arguably one of the best. That is crazy. Terrible. It is terrible. So what's left? I just think just the two matches. I remember thinking this was going to be something important or big or new. So whatever he meant by that, I think it just meant for him running for president. And I thought maybe he was, there was something else more to that. But it was, oh yeah, Pam is still missing. Got to get an Amber Alert out on Pam.
I've covered all the angles. I've canvassed the building. She's nowhere to be found. Pamela Anderson is gone. We're going to have to move on. We've made some changes, celebrity changes. That's all I can tell you at this point.
Look at Nick Turturro's the one making these changes. Vince is okay with this?
I can't find her. I've searched all over. I've covered every angle, and she's left the building.
All right, Nick, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What can she be upset about?
Well, obviously, well, that's going to turn things around here. And
She's left the building, guys. That's a shame.
of many of the superstars
Well, you know,
in Hollywood.
Shawn Michaels had told me that he was going to insist that she get a tattoo. I
Sh-
don't know anymore. I don't know.
Huh. That could very well be the reason why we can't find Pamela. All right, ladies and gentlemen, standing by.
Like or Pamela in Borat.
Champion Diesel, Todd Pettengill.
Look at Diesel. Look at Diesel in the belt.
Cool Diesel WWF champion who will meet Shawn Michaels next. Psycho sit in his corner. Diesel, your frame of mind right now after Shawn Michaels said there is no way he's leaving here without the belt that's on your shoulder right now.
It's funny because that's exactly the way I feel. You know, they say that Sid's not going to be involved, but I've already played that role. I know exactly how Shawn Michaels thinks. I know what his game plan is. I'm not buying it. He wants a war. He's got one. Big Daddy Cool came here to do one thing, and that's to hold on to this belt. And let me tell you something, Shawn Michaels. In a few short
Diesel.
months, Big Daddy's going to walk that aisle, and he's going to show everybody why he's the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
I mean, from a strategy perspective, that's true. Like he's been the bodyguard, so he should already see any shit they have coming
Let's go right up to Howard Finkel.
and be able to neutralize it quite easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce our special celebrity guest timekeeper for the upcoming match.
Oh yeah, let's get the celebrities out here in Hartford.
Jonathan Taylor.
Don't worry, Pam Anderson. We're gonna fly you in from beautiful Los Angeles to our best, most highly rated Holiday Inn Express in Hartford.
And now has been assigned the role as guest timekeeper.
He's gonna keep the time, this little piece of shit. Okay, good luck, buddy.
How old is he?
Yeah, I was just going to say,
I believe he's 13, Mark.
Oh, he's 13. I thought he was like 8.
10 years sillier.
He's 30. He's 5 years older than I thought he was.
Hey, see this plug here?
Yeah, I can see how like little 11-year-old girls thought he was cute. I get it.
Jerry the King Lawler, ladies and gentlemen,
But
has been wreaking havoc
what a weird celebrity to bring on.
all night long.
Look at Howard. What's up, little fella?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Tremendous poise for this young man. And what a great star he is indeed.
And now, here is our special celebrity guest ring announcer, NYPD
I never watched NYPD Blue.
Turturro.
That was a big show at the time. I didn't watch it at all. I had a bunch of friends who did. I think it was like a little edgier or something, so they just thought it was so badass. But oh yeah. Spartan Sprinkles, appreciate the $5. One of the loudest sustained pops I've ever heard were the boos for Roman at 32. And I saw Punk's AEW return, Hardy's return, and some Austin pops. You saw some good ones. Punk's AEW return was incredible, and that Hardy one at WrestleMania was insane. I mean, I saw some big pops. I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin win the WWE title twice, and I've seen a shitload of his matches in person, so just his entrances and matches alone are up there with the biggest ones I've heard.
And Nick, let's see what he can do. There's Howard giving a kick. All right.
All right, here comes HB Shizzle. Look at these photographers. Get the F out of the way. Why are you at that side? And he's got Jenny with him. Yeah, substitute. He got Dollar Tree, Pam Anderson. Where are the steps? They're all the way on the other side? Check out Tony Chimmel. More photographers. A million commentators. Look at all these commentators. Now she's got to sit that close to these guys? These gross fans. She has to sit right there in one of them red chairs? That sucks. Sit next to Tony Gurria. He'll take good care of you.
What? What do you mean you can't imagine? Take a look at Shawn Michaels. Every girl screams.
1995. Just remembering. He's just a sexy boy. I thought at the time there was a legitimate chance for Shawn to win the belt here. I did. I mean, he kind of has the Cody thing happening here, you know? Falls short first time, wins it the second time. Just not quite ready. Like, they're definitely good enough. Could have held the title that night, but maybe he just need another year of building himself in the main event scene.
Or should we say Psycho Sid?
Hey, you better not let him hear you say
Monstrous bodyguard. Monstrous.
Here comes Diesel. I like this little harmonica theme music. Oh, that thing's hanging off there. It's like a mistletoe. My buddy. Oh, yeah, and he stole Pamela. And he's got Pam. What a dress on Pam. Look at Pam. Young Pam. 1995 Pam. Peak Pam. I like how Diesel can just do the eyebrow thing and just walk with her all chill. That's awesome. Kevin Nash is awesome. I love the look on his face when he goes, "Come with me there, babe." So funny. Now you take that, you and that awesome dress, and go over there, and please be careful around the smelly wrestling fans. Don't make eye contact with them. It's just going to lead to stalking. Right on. Pam's like, God, this shit. Why did my agent do this to me? Am I that desperate for a Vince paycheck? I mean, how much could they have gotten for this? What do you think he paid Pam and Jenny for this appearance? 100 grand? Or would it have to be like way more? Gotta be more. Shawn and Diesel's pace should be at least that. Oh, he's going to bring her in? Oh, yeah, she never got a chance to get in the ring, huh? Pamela's like, this is all really weird. I like that they're getting along. I'd like to know, is there any other time in history we could see the two of them together? I wonder if they ever chatted about this experience. Remember when we had to do that wrestling thing? It's 9,000 photographers.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel against his former tag team partner, former tag team champion partner, and Shawn Michaels. History repeating itself with Big Psycho Sid and Big Cool. Oh, wait a minute, coming out the rope now. Missing with a roundhouse and missing there with the elbow. Right back home.
This is finally our first match after they teased this forever between these guys.
But he has to be powerful as well. Michaels, where's this thing going? Forget about it. Boom. Devastating punch. Devastating.
He's gonna have to get Big Daddy Diesel off his feet.
And Shawn Michaels.
Ryan, thanks for 5 more, bro. Kind of crazy over the next 3 Manias. Yeah, Shawn and Sid are both involved in title matches. But Sid had he'd leave and come back. Like, it's a whole different run for him when he comes back. He only hangs out here for about a year. Not even.
Working on the wrist, working on the shoulder as well. Michaels. With a series of, look at the power of Diesel. Oh, goodness, the elbow follow-up. And for the ride.
Big ride. This should be the best match.
Michaels now.
It's got to be this one. I mean, Jesus. The height on that backdrop.
Anybody that goes that high ought to be accompanied by a stewardess.
Shut up, Lawler. Oh, there's Shawn on top of the photographers. Look at him. Just throwing a guy out of the way. I mean, the wrestlers might be legitimately annoyed with all these people out there. I'm like, we can't do our shit. They're all in the way.
And he's sort of kind of escorting him away from the ring there.
Sort of, yes. And that took a great deal out of Shawn Michaels. A great deal out.
Vince, shut up. That took a great deal out of Shawn Michaels.
By landing on the photographer.
Vince would just say anything.
And the match may not continue.
It's going to continue, Vince. Listen to him. The match may not continue.
With Sid. Yeah. And the ladies. Oh, hi.
Hi, she's waving at me.
No, Lawler, she was not waving at you. She was waving at me.
I beg your pardon?
You know.
Wait a minute, look out. And Sid's attempt at distraction did not work. Very focused individual.
Look at that.
Now, wait a minute. The miss there. Uh-oh, and Michaels. Ooh, shot right back.
I don't know, man. Mike Witt. What's the breakdown of Tommy Lee and Pam's marriage? Were they together in 95 or was it already over? I don't really remember. I don't remember when the sex tape came out. What year? Look at Taylor Thomas.
Then Taylor Thomas and Nick Totaro looking on. Off the rope. And look. What? Oh, my.
There's no way any of them stayed the night in Hartford. They were on a plane back home to Los Angeles where it's normal that night. Well, then maybe not Nick Totaro. He was going to New York.
Pull this off, big man. He truly deserves to be the champion.
And now, Diesel will block and Michaels out. And
Oh. Shawn did not make it. Oh. Look at this female photographer taking a picture of Shawn's ass. Look at her.
And Shawn Michaels, ladies and gentlemen, is having his problems, as you would suspect anyone would, with Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Well, at 7 feet tall, he's got the leverage. 317 pounds, he's got the weight advantage.
Did Vince have the hots for Pamela Anderson? Vince had the hots for any woman that was beautiful. It did not matter who it was, even if it was his daughter.
And obviously the strategy here.
'Cause there was enough weird things going on between them too.
An opportunity to rest. But Michaels in the clutches of Big Daddy Cool. And a rake in the face there. And Michaels in control. An elbow to the head. And look at that maneuver as Michaels comes in. Tremendous quickness and agility of Shawn Michaels.
You got to give him credit, man. He has prepared himself for this match. It's the match of his life.
Back punch drop now and Diesel. Trying to hang on.
Get him over.
Set free.
Timber.
No. Look at that power. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Michaels in real bad shape. Michaels being set up now off the rope. No, missing that boot. That may have stretched. Wait a minute in.
oh yeah, oh my, wow. Shawn gonna skin the cat back in. At some point, Shawn does a dive into these photographers. This must be it.
What about this maneuver? Come on, give him credit, man.
On the top now. Michaels.
That's the one flashbulb moment of this match, was Shawn doing that very basic dive off the top, which for 95 was still kind of a big move.
Get in the ring, Shawn. He is out.
Michaels gaining
I like the one he did on Brett the next year in the Iron Man match better. He sailed through the air and landed on Brett. It was awesome.
Shawn, drag him in.
drag him in.
Watch this. Watch this. Ooh.
Right in the cranium.
Look at the look on Pamela Anderson's face now. She's starting to realize she may be with a loser.
No, Lawler, she's doing nothing. She's not even paying attention.
And Diesel, ladies and gentlemen.
Jenny, I can see her eyes looking off. Oh, maybe not. I thought she was trying to check if the camera light was on. God, Shawn is getting pissed at these photographers. That one guy's kind of old.
Went ribs first into that post.
God, get out of the way. Do they not realize they're in the way?
I don't think Shawn wants him to be counted out, though.
Diesel attempting to not run into the photographer. And he really took a bad shot there in the ribs.
Come on,
In the ring post.
Look at this sketchy ass pad. This is WrestleMania. They just have the most basic house show setup on the ringside area there. You can see the ring posts bolted into the concrete there. They just have the pads going one way around. It was simple back in those days.
Still holding those ribs.
This is where Sid can help him out by just kind of helping
Wait,
Diesel
wait,
back in the
look at
ring.
this, look at this. Oh,
McMahon, he just splashed him.
That's why all those photographers are on their knees and shit, because it's probably soft down there.
no. And if Diesel had rib problems, and obviously he did, he has bigger problems now. Diesel.
Really selling on the outside, Diesel.
He wanted to. It's not the kind of competitor he is, and I'm not so sure he can continue.
His only problem is he's just not as smart as he should be. He should have stuck with basketball. Right now, all that height is just a waste, laying there groveling on the floor. Yeah, get a lot of pictures of him.
And Shawn Michaels comes over to the official to distract him, to prevent the official from counting.
Vince is the reason we're all here tonight. Vince is a piece of shit.
Sid getting closer and closer.
The hell with Vince.
Diesel trying to get back to his feet. Here in line.
No, you're not going to throw Sid out.
Mr. Hebner, and finally Diesel back into the ring. The match continues.
Yeah, Mike.
And right away,
Tomorrow night on Raw,
the ribs.
they turn Shawn face, turned Sid against him, and kind of it's largely due to the way the finish went in this match. I think Shawn and Diesel kind of fought with Vince on how this was going to go, and Vince kind of was insistent. And having Sid kind of inadvertently fuck Shawn over, it's going to force you to do that. It's going to force you to turn Shawn face, but Vince, I guess, didn't think so. And then they ended up having to do it. Maybe earlier than they intended, but it's probably going to be the route anyway. Shawn going in Mania 12.
Looking on, giving instruction. Sid distracting whenever possible, assisting wherever possible. And Diesel's in bad shape. Oh, yeah. I'm not so sure that a lesser competitor would not have already surrendered.
I mean, it's possible that the original plan would have been for Shawn to win the title maybe at SummerSlam from Diesel in 95 as a heel. That might have been.
Diesel kicking out, and imagine with injured ribs.
I hate to admit it.
But I think I loved the run Shawn had with the IC title as a face. I loved that. That was fun. It was cool to see him like with the Intercontinental Championship, but doing it as a face. After a couple of runs with it as a heel.
But I think Michaels is saying whatever it takes, he's going to give it to him. Shawn Michaels, ladies and gentlemen, may not be denied.
Oh yeah, Vince has always lived up there in Connecticut near the headquarters. I think he's got houses in Florida too, but he lives up in Connecticut. I think he still does probably. I'm not sure.
Michaels keeping the crowd out of this match. 2 and 3.
I don't know if he's in that big ass house. Is he still in that big ass house?
You said Earl Hebner was a competent referee.
He's a very competent referee.
You didn't wonder if he can count to 3.
Back on his feet, Diesel. Not for long. Oh. And again, Shawn Michaels continues. But now on the... Again, driving a knee. Unbelievable. The official may stop this match.
Vince with the officials stopping the match.
Would Shawn win the title if he stops it?
Definitely, it would be a submission.
I can't tell what those patches are on the side of the ref's arms there. Shawn's just going to hit him. I like this elbow drop. That's a good shot there, right on the back.
Unbelievable.
Vince with this unbelievable. God, he's such a dork.
Diesel.
Hey, buddy.
For a while, he was the underdog in this year's WrestleMania. And that ought to take a lot out of Diesel as well. A bit of an offensive maneuver, which is a good sign, but that had to take something out of Diesel in those ribs.
I don't know how he's got anything left.
And again,
Huh.
I think Shawn is
Flipping him upside down.
for a DDT and twice now. Diesel's been able to just power him right out of it.
Diesel backed in the corner.
Wow, did you see that? That came from left field.
And now Diesel, now reversal, and Michaels to the buckle, and Diesel
Oh,
catches it.
Diesel caught him.
Oh no.
Snake eyes. Nope, missed.
And again, that's going to hurt the ribs as well. Oh no, sleeper hold. That may put the big man down.
No, it won't. 1 second.
Grabs it off. Diesel trying to withstand the weight of Shawn Michaels. Trying to withstand the hold, the pressure applied. And down on one knee. Michaels coming closer and closer to winning. The one title he's never won. Listen to these fans.
They want Diesel to somehow end this thing, but the longer this goes, the better it is for Shawn Michaels. He's got the stamina. He's got less body weight. He's got the advantage the longer this match goes. Diesel may be out now.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But look, it's just a rest hold. It's a rest hold at WrestleMania 11. Shockaroo. Oh, it's not a rest hold. It's a sleeper. I'm sorry. But it's also a rest hold. Elizabeth was just leaving. I just want to give her a quick goodbye. He's hulking up. He's dieseling up. It's weird seeing it still light out because we changed the time. Oh.
Diesel breaking the hold. Well, what's left? Is there anything left? Yes, I guess there is. Diesel ramming the elbow. And Michaels to the far side. Diesel coming in. Yes, he connects.
That mullet is getting wild on Sean.
And to the near side. Now Diesel right on top of it.
Driving the back of his head right into that
Tremendous
turnbuckle.
impact. Yes, and oh man. What's this?
Another snake eyes. Oh, now he's going to hit him with the... It'd be funny if Diesel hit him with a 619 there.
You can feel that Diesel engine picking up more and more momentum.
I love when Vince is selling his guys. It's like, shut up. You sound like a fucking idiot. Man, when he really wants to put over his stars, he gets that Vince voice. Like an excited dog.
Right after Shawn Michaels.
This guy with the Washington jacket, is that what that is?
Diesel coming back in as well.
Let's just get some University of Washington media in here.
And Michaels continues to run.
Up Sean's booty, hanging out. It's like pulling a turnip.
He needs to get out of the ring, buy himself some time. See him distract the referee or something. Look at this.
Yes, Diesel coming out right after him. Legal forearm by Diesel. Wait a minute.
God, those are shitty forearms. God, they look terrible. I mean, it's got to be hard to work out there with all those photographers. The big guy in the white with the glasses, he's there all the time. But all the rest of these guys, man. Boom. There's sweet chin music. Oh, yeah, and then this is it. Look at Sid. He's like, oh, shit. Ref, like, twisted his ankle or something. Oh, yeah, because Sid started walking over. Earl jumped out to stop him. He twisted his ankle. Sean hit sweet chin music, and now Earl can't count the 3. And Diesel kicks out at 1, basically. Oh, look at Sid. He's got a pocket knife.
What is going on here? Behind this official's back. Look at that.
Ram him into the...
Turnbuckle. Sid just took off that turnbuckle padding. Right there, baby. Right there. And Diesel. Oh, no. A nice suplex by Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Now they're both down. And Earl's got a bum foot.
And this official, I'm not so sure whether it's a knee or an ankle, but when he jumped out to prevent Sid,
Yeah, Ajax, when Sean was dragging that cameraman around, I thought of the Hell in the Cell. He did the same thing. Sean is a short fuse, man. Oh, yeah, you could do that Spartan Sprinkles. You could have a Rest Hold Mania. The main event would be Owens and Orton. Yeah. Nope. Look at Sid. Damn it.
Michaels must be desperate.
He must be exhausted. I cannot imagine how he's got anything left, but look at him.
And
Oh, there's a sidewalk.
the sidewalk slam that took somebody out
Well, Diesel had the forearms. He had the boot in the corner. He had the Jeff Jarrett landing on the rope, middle rope thing. He's got snake eyes. He's got the sidewalk slam. He's got the power bomb. So that's 6. He's got, did I say big boot? He's got the regular big boot. Yeah, just the regular big boot and the big boot in the corner. So that's 7. It might be 7. So if it's the hair flip, then we're talking 8 at the least. Oh no, the elbow smashes in the corner. So that now we're up to 8, with 9 with the hair flip. So we're minimum 9. Slingshot, I love this one. Yeah, he hits the second. I don't know if he meant to hit the second buckle or if he missed, but that was awesome. Did Diesel ever drop a leg on anybody? If he does, there's 9. So with the hair flip, we're up to 10 now. I don't know if this counts as a move. See what he does here. Big boot. Yep. There's one of the 9. He's dropped an elbow before too, so let's go ahead and add that one. We're up to 10 now. 11 with the hair flip. And if you count this, that is 11. 12 with the hair flip. Yeah, what's Cornette talking about? We're up to like 12 moves now. And there's this terrible, jackknife. And Diesel retains. My God. And Diesel wins as the face, but he kind of doesn't look like it. Look at Taylor Thomas and all them guys are like, let's get the fuck out of here. Hey, Jonathan, you want to stick around and see who wins the LT Bam Bam match? Nah, I'm good. Wait a second. I forgot. Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Pamela Anderson know each other. She was the Tool Time girl. I never even thought about that till now. Never put that together. The replacement Tool Time girl lives right next to my restaurant, comes in all the time. Debbie Dunning. She still looks good. Look, now he's got these girls in here. Yeah, I kind of forgot that she was the first Tool Time girl. And there's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And the pyro's going to burn little Taylor Thomas. Don't burn little Taylor. That one lone ring post was still going. I mean, that In Your House match that they have next year is just 100 times better than this. They do. Debbie Dunning and Kimberly Page do kind of look alike.
Unbelievable, come on. It's believable. Everybody saw what happened. This story of my life, huh? Come on. You gotta be kidding me. I had him to be the new World Wrestling Federation champion.
Yeah, Sean's rightfully pissed.
And he was out colder than a block of ice, and the whole world saw it. You may not like it, but you know the truth when it's right in front of your face.
Yeah, we just had the thumbnail.
I am the best. Oh, sure it is. Little chin music.
Boom.
Right there. It is over. Am I right? See, let me tell you something, Todd Pettigill. Just like when it comes to the World Series or the NCAA playoffs, there's always more
Look at those Sid's looking at him like, oh no.
More than one referee, but tonight, a world title at stake, one referee, and he's abominably full. He falls and blows his knees out. And
He blows his knees out. I don't think he blew his knee out. He just fell.
Christ. And brother, I'm going to tell you something, Diesel. You know you was that far from losing your title. But this man is not
Sean looks already pissed.
with you.
You know something? I'm so sick of talking. I proved it to you right there. I shouldn't have to do it again. But you know something, Big Daddy Cool? If you're even half the man you say you are, you'll face me again, Jack. Come on! You know it, and I know it, and now the whole world knows it. I told you I'm the best, and tonight I proved it. And if I have to, I'll prove it again.
I mean, Sean did straight up beat Diesel there, you know?
Your reaction to that? My reaction to that is, what can you say? He's right. You could have counted to 20. He was the super kick put him completely out. Shawn Michaels is the uncrowned champion as far as I'm concerned.
I would suggest you're probably right, but the key phrase is uncrowned.
Key phrase is uncrowned. Let's fade to black. And here we go. Here comes the $1 Million Corporation. This faction was so shitty. It was better than the dungeon. Oh, look at Bundy's going to run. He's going to lose to Taker and then run. They come out in their gimmicks, but they're doing like football entrances. Oh, Vince is going to do these introductions? Vince is like, I'm doing this. Nikolai, we're going to need you to run and make punching motions towards the camera. Okay. Here comes a dude in a tie running. Can't see. Imagine if he came out in his varsity club stuff. Is DiBiase going to run? Yep. Look at him jogging. Looks like he's running to grab one last martini at the bar at the wedding he's at. Okay. We got all these guys in their silly-ass gimmicks. Tatanka looks the most ridiculous of all of them. Bundy, you're no picnic. Nikolai, my God, with the sense. Oh, we get the Monday Night Football theme. And Pat Patterson refereeing his second WrestleMania match. I like how Vince has to handle this himself. Ken Norton. The Niners, did they win in 95? I think they did. Chris Spielman, another great player to play on a shitty team. My Detroit Lions, who sucked. They had Spielman, they had Barry Sanders. They still sucked. Look at Salt and Pepper. I like Salt and Pepper. I liked En Vogue, too. Remember En Vogue? I like them. They were awesome. Carl Banks. Steve McMichael. Now, McMichael did commentary on Raw a couple of Raws before Mania, I think, and he got into like a scuffle with Kama, right? And then he wound up on the first Nitro. I mean, I feel like if he would have wanted to come to WWE, they would have pushed him hard. I mean, WCW pushed him hard, but I feel like WWE, Vince has got a hard-on for this type of stuff. So if he was looking to get involved in wrestling, I guess WCW probably could have paid him more. Probably that's all it came down to. Reggie White. That's probably the biggest star here outside of LT. Look at Bundy. Yeah, Kama. Yeah, this could have been a SummerSlam match, you know? Kama and Mongo. Oh. Ooh, what's going on over there? Damn, Spielman just very dangerously, I think, took out a Tatanka. These guys don't know what they're doing. They're not trained. Like, throw Tatanka and fucking Nikolai out there to take an NFL snap, you know? Like, what do you think would happen? Somebody's probably going to get injured. Oh, Vince did the pro team announcements. Howard's going to handle Bam Bam and LT. See, I like the leather jacket thing on Bam Bam. When he would turn babyface and he would start wearing that orange, fiery, dumb-looking shit, just throw the damn vest on, man, or the leather jacket. And don't assault Salt and Pepper. And I'm really glad to see Spinderella there, because she's a key component of that group. She doesn't get her due. So Spinderella, hats off to you, girl. She never gets her credit. Pisses me off. Yeah, Bam Bam, he didn't have to do anything when he turned babyface. They just tried to make him all 1995-y, you know? I'm like, just throw the leather jacket on and just be Diesel, but a Bam Bam version of that, you know? You got tattoos on your head. You can't, like, cartoon yourself up that much. You're a badass, you know? Just wear leather. Beat the shit out of people. That's your gimmick. This music. Vince in the sax. Look at his outfit. Look at Vince. There he is. I'm going to literally come in my pants. God, Vince. They got the WWF logos on everything, of course. Oh, it was just so pathetic. They were so pathetic. And I loved it. I was dialed into the business in 95, but it was pathetic. And Vince was pathetic. Oh, he's just such a prostitute. Chill out, Vince. He's loosened up. He looks good. I mean, he came through there looking like a star, did he not? That entrance was pretty badass, to be honest. Like, if he was if you didn't know that was Lawrence Taylor, and you would say that he just looks like a wrestler, a really good one. Yeah, Salt and Pepper and Vogue hooked up. I remember those. Like, what a man. He's tall as shit, too. What year did LT retire? Because he was retired by now, right? Look at Patterson. So you have the all-pro teams and the 97 photographers out there? Look at that sketchy render of the WWE logo down there. That is not clean at all. I have never seen Any Given Sunday. Ajax? Never seen it. Is that the one with Al Pacino? Because I get them all confused. I get that one, and then there's like one with Keanu Reeves, whatever that one is. And then all the longest yards and... We had this jersey made for you, LT. It's going to have our big-ass logo on your shoulders. Just to remind everyone that they're not watching WCW. Look at those were good. I guess they were kind of forearms. And Bam Bam sold them so well. Like, look at this. Oh, Bam Bam really leaned into him there. '93. Okay, I figured it was at least a year or two before this. I knew he played in the 90s. I just couldn't remember the exact year. 93. Man, Crystal Pepsi. I bought some. Look at this. Look at this Bulldog. Nice. I don't remember who LT worked with to train for this. I don't remember. I think on TV they were saying it was Diesel, but obviously somebody had to kind of work with him in the ring just to make sure he knew somewhat what he was doing. Okay, help me out. WrestleMania 11 and WrestleMania 26. And WrestleMania 1. What are our non-championship matches WrestleMania main events? Rock and Cena, 28. There's been like 4 of them maybe. Oh, 33. Right, Roman and Taker. Thank you. Sid Hogan, WrestleMania 8. Can't believe I didn't think of that. So there's been like 6. 6 out of the 41. We've had non-championship matches in the main event. It's happened 6 times. That's about 17%-ish. I don't know if you can count these 2-night WrestleManias. They don't really count. Because if Punk and Roman and Seth main event, that'll count. And last year, that tag match counted. Nice body slam. Like Taylor, a lot of times, like celebrities, they don't bump right and stuff. And Taylor's not doing it perfectly, but he's doing fine in here. And I'm loving that just, Like, I remember being impressed by that when I was watching it. I mean, he only had 1 move. I mean, at least Kevin Nash had 10. He's just got the 1 move here. Like, and Bam Bam at some point should be looking for that. You know, look for that forearm smash. That's what he's doing. He's launching his whole body, using his football tackling skills and channeling that into a forearm smash. You don't want to eat too many of them, because they probably would legit hurt. I mean, Lawrence Taylor's going to have more explosiveness, even at this point in his life, than Bam Bam will.
Lawrence has to do what he's doing. He's never begged for anything in his life.
He is. He's saying, please, Mr. Bam Bam, I'm sorry I laughed at
Lawrence Taylor has fought for everything he's ever earned, and he's fighting here in this matchup as well.
Come on, ref, do your job. This is starting to get real good now.
Yeah, Mike, I think we talked about that last week, actually. Doing a WrestleMania 28. Yeah, appreciate 5 more. That we should do that one. We should do that. I'm going to look at the calendar because Sunday nights, as I mentioned before, it's homework night. So I do a lot of channel stuff after the watch-alongs here. So I'm going to be working on scheduling and plotting shit out in my head. I have a super busy week this week at work, too. So trying to balance it all.
A Boston Crab on a New York Giant. I love it.
A Boston Crab on a New York Giant. That's awesome.
Inches way to the ropes. He certainly knows the rules. If Lawrence can get to the ropes, the hold would be broken. LT reaching. That rope might as well be 5 miles away.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Foxstar, yeah, 28. We're going to probably have to do 28.
Pounds laying across the back.
And that I talked about how weird that was because I was already doing YouTube by that point. So doing a watch along of something that I was already around for is wild to me. I was like, holy crap, how long have I been doing this?
Not fair.
LT has the rope. The hold must be broken. Come on, break it. Break the hold.
Come on, Bam Bam, get right back on him now. Right back on him.
That's exactly what Bam Bam Bigelow was doing. Trying to pull Lawrence back out to the middle of the ring and does indeed do just that. Things obviously not looking good for Lawrence Taylor.
STF and LT? STF LT? You should STF LT while eating a BLT. That would be awesome. That would be a
Demonstrating right now.
legend move.
Comes in your own backyard and tries to push you around. That's what Lawrence Taylor has done.
Unquestionably the pride of the entire $1 million team at stake here. How embarrassing.
All right, yeah, I might, since I haven't officially settled on anything, I think 28. 28. All I'll say is we probably will do it next week, but just in case I got like a crazier week than I think, then maybe we'll do it a different week or something. But I think next week will probably be when we get that one in.
So many of the NFL superstars coming here to support Lawrence Taylor. And now the hold is broken and Bam Bam releases it.
Look at him. They can't believe that they're seeing Lawrence Taylor drop it. Whoa! Did you see that right on the chin?
And Bam Bam takes it. Bam Bam has a Lawrence Taylor hook and now.
So there's another move. Pretty good back suplex, and Bam Bam is selling all this stuff marvelously.
Tremendous maneuver on the part of Lawrence Taylor. Taylor
Yeah, Mike, we did WrestleMania 3 a couple years ago. We did WrestleMania 17 like 4 years ago. We could essentially do some of these again.
the headbutt into the chest area of LT.
He's grabbing his chest. If he was still playing football,
Forget it.
his coach would be grabbing his chest right now, too. His career would be ended.
What's this?
Oh, yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow's gonna finish this thing once and for all.
In a big way. Here's the big statement. Get ready for the victory celebration.
Oh my God, that's such a wonky moonsault. That is like Terry Funk level horrible. Bam Bam could never do the full rotation like Vader could. He came very close to landing on Lawrence Taylor's head. Kick out by LT. That terrible moonsault. I think we did 19. I'm pretty sure we did. I have to look that one up.
Trying to get a three-point stance, looks like.
Part of me thinks we did.
Trying to set up LT. Sends him to the rope. LT.
Yeah, we did. Oh. We did 19. I'm remembering now. Yeah, see, Vince is already alluding to Diesel teaching LT all this shit.
Oh,
Oh, Bam Bam kicked out. Yeah, I remember doing the thumbnail with the Brock botch.
But he's looking at having his career flush right down the toilet if he loses to Lawrence Taylor. Come on, Bam Bam.
4 years ago. Holy crap. Is that Insaguri? Damn, I was looking there. I didn't see it. Was that an Insaguri that Bam Bam just caught him with?
Tell you what a silver dollar's made out of, but he knew that hurt.
Nonetheless, Bam Bam Bigelow has received more than he ever thought, I'm sure he ever would, from Lawrence Taylor.
Finishing
I mean, I was hoping to get like a big scuffle on the outside with the All-Pro team and the $1 Million team.
Bam Bam Bigelow. And look at the look of this team. Bam Bam.
Yeah, you can't go to that corner, man.
Team members don't want it to.
Just go over to this side.
Come on, guys, you have to let him out.
splash him off the top. Squash him.
Bam Bam's going upstairs.
Watch your knee. Watch your knee.
Bam Bam.
God, he's really close, but he got that headbutt off.
And a kick out.
And LT kicks out of the headbutt. Oh, no.
Thought he had him. I thought he had him.
Bam Bam cannot believe. Look at him. He looks frustrated.
Yeah, Mike, we're going to do Mania 1 the week of this year's WrestleMania. So just keep in mind, one of those nights of WrestleMania week, I'm going to schedule a stream a little later than we normally do it. So if you want to be here, it's just going to be a special one. So if you care enough about 1985 and WrestleMania 1, and you can stay up late or wake up early, depending on where you live. Wow, look at those shoulder tackles. Up. Yep. The LT's rolling now. He's just nailing him with these. His one and only match. Like, LT never got in the ring again. Look at how he climbs the ropes. He does not do that right. And that was pretty good. That was pretty well delivered. And he wins. Do they play his music that's not even really his? Did they cut out Salt and Pepper? Like, didn't they have a performance or something? Did they cut that out? They probably did. Lawrence appears to be hurt. He's all right. And they're cheering for it, but... And then here's the babyface turn right here. DiBiase chewing him out. Now he's got to listen to DiBiase's shit. Like, why don't you get in there with him, Ted? Look at his kids. Or his kid. I thought he had more than one in there. In the previous year, they had Walter Payton in the ring. Messing around in there, so... We didn't even get any music at the end. That's so funny. Anyway. Oh, we survived. I don't know how, but we survived. We were very lucky to get through that, but I'm glad we did get it. We got through it together, and I'm very sorry for that string of crappy WrestleManias, but we had to get to it at some point. So I liked y'all's idea about next week doing WrestleMania 28 and watching the Rock and John Cena match, considering that's kind of appropriate for what we're going through right now with our current WrestleMania build. So let's pencil that one in, unless I have some sort of scheduling issue and I want to put it on another Sunday or something, but that's probably going to be the one we're going to do next week. Just a reminder, Raw shows or airs early tomorrow. I think it's 4 Eastern, 1 p.m. here on the East Coast. I have my my weekly phlebotomy appointments on Monday, so I'm going to miss the beginning of it, but I'll catch the rest. Then I have to go to work for a couple of hours, which sucks, and then I'm coming home, so I'm not sure when I'm going to hit you with a Raw review, but I'll try to get up some comments on it. And I'm also currently free on Wednesday. So we might do something Wednesday night after Dynamite, maybe a review or maybe a podcast to just talk about a general, hodgepodge of things. I'm going to figure all that stuff out tonight. So just stay tuned. Thanks again for being here and hanging out tonight. This one was fun. Despite watching a crappy WrestleMania, we always managed to make it okay. So next week we'll watch one way more fun. And keep in mind, it's going to be a little bit longer because I think we're going to be venturing into 4-hour WrestleMania territory with these later ones. So right on. Let me just check the chat and make sure we're all good there. Yeah, I think we're cool. Thanks again, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great night. And I will catch you guys here in just a couple of days. All right. Peace.